Right guys, this next story is about a chap that goes to Phuket. He meets a girl, not a bar girl, he meets her on a dating app. Yeah, they hit it off. And I think he's just kind of looking for some advice of maybe what to do next. But yeah, let's jump into his story. My story starts from a few years back when I went on a solo backpacking trip around Thailand. I really enjoyed the way of life there, from the culture to the food. It was like heaven. The only problem was, at that time I was a broke backpacker, so I couldn't do a lot of the stuff I wanted to do, or get up to some of the nightlife activities that Thailand is known for. After returning home from Thailand, I wanted to get back as soon as I could, so I made it my goal to work as much as possible, save everything, and then just let loose in Thailand when I get the chance. I should mention that at the time I was 23 years old and working a semi-decent job. It took me about a year of constant work, overtime, staying home and not partying until I had enough that I felt was comfortable to go back to Thailand. I was only going to go for a month, but I still wanted enough money to live like a millionaire for that time. When I was 24, I booked a one-way flight to Phuket. I did not really have a solid plan. The only thing I knew is that I would be there for a month maximum, as I would have to go back to work. I did not even have a hotel booked, but I guess I would stay there around a week, visit some islands, and then move to another part of Thailand, maybe Bangkok. Once I arrived in Phuket, I got a taxi from the airport and asked him to recommend a hotel. Probably wasn't the best choice I made, as I bet I was overcharged, but it's okay. I checked into my hotel, which was close to the beach and walking street in Patong, and was looking forward to getting up to things I couldn't do on my previous trip. I think the excitement was keeping me awake after a long flight. That night, I headed straight to Patong, and boy did I have fun. I was going from bar to bar, chatting with new ladies in all the bars, buying lady drinks and spending money as if I was a millionaire, which obviously I wasn't. I did go home alone, which I think was a good thing, because after a long flight and a skinful of alcohol, I was seriously beat. I needed a good sleep. I must have slept for about 15 hours. I woke up the next afternoon, hungover as hell and starving. After filling myself up on some Thai street food, I went back to the hotel and just rested. I got bored, but did not want to go out and splash a load of money again. So I decided I was going to stay in tonight and maybe plan what to do in the upcoming days. I downloaded Tinder, and that's where everything changed. I was swiping through and getting matches left, right and centre. I don't think this was because the girls found me attractive. I think it was for another reason, if you know what I mean. There was a lot of girls on there offering different types of services, but I was actually looking for someone to go on a couple of dates with. I should make it clear that I was not really looking for something serious. I had no plans of settling down or even starting a relationship beyond friends with anyone. I got chatting to one girl. She was a mixed race stunner, Chinese and Thai. From what I could see from her profile, she worked a normal job, wasn't offering any services, and was just looking to hang out with someone, just as I was. We pretty much chatted all night and arranged to meet the following evening for drinks. We met at a bar around 9 PM, not too far from Bangla Road I believe, but I can't remember the name of the place or the street that it was on. It had a live band inside, was so dark and I could hardly see anything other than the band. I don't think she could have chose a worse bar for our first date. I met her inside and I could hardly see her face properly. I started small talk for us to get to know each other. Besides the loud terrible music preventing me from hearing her, she also did not speak English very much. Google Translate once again saves the day. It was kind of funny because we were sat close to the band and we would just look at each other and try to talk. but neither of us had any idea what the other was saying. But we pulled through and managed to get on okay despite all the distractions. Even though I wasn't a big fan of the bar or the music that they was playing, we stayed there until around 12 AM, just drinking the night away and semi-communicating. We left the bar and I asked her if she wanted to have another drink somewhere. She said she was busy in the morning, so she had to leave. With a little bit of convincing, I managed to get her to have one more drink with me. We headed to a bar that her friend was in. She introduced me to her friend. My date's English was bad, but her friend's was even worse. She did not understand a single word I said. After a drink, we walked outside to leave. I asked her how she was getting home and if she needed me to walk her anywhere, trying to be a true gentleman. She replied that she will be going home with her friend as they live close to each other. So I simply said that I had a great time and it was nice to meet her. I also slipped in that I would like to see her again when she's free, if she wanted. She said she would like to see me again. She seemed a little shy, so I was thinking maybe she's just saying that because I put her on the spot. I said my goodbyes and headed back to the hotel. Here's where the soppy part comes in. When I got back to my hotel, I couldn't stop thinking about her. I know it sounds silly because we had only been together for a couple of hours, but I just couldn't stop thinking about her. There was something about her that I couldn't quite put my finger on. I can see now why so many men come to Thailand and end up falling in love. It's easy. I did not want to text her and wanted to play it cool. She did not text me either, and I went to sleep thinking I'll probably never see her again. Next morning when I woke up, I had a morning text from her. She apologized for her English and said sorry if I didn't have fun, which couldn't have been further from how I felt. I told her not to apologize for the English and that I had a fantastic time and couldn't wait to see her again. We set up a second date, then a third, fourth, and we carried on dating for the following few days. She showed me all over Phuket, going to beaches and places. She took me to this great restaurant that was like a balcony that overlooked some elephants. One time, we even went to her sister's massage shop to see her, and her sister gave me a massage. A bit weird, I know, but I just went with the flow. Now here's the problem that I am sure many of your listeners that have been to Thailand have faced. You go to Thailand, meet a nice girl, spend the holiday dating her, catch feelings, and your flight home is creeping up. I really liked this girl and was falling hard for her. Like I said earlier in my story, it wasn't my intention to get feelings for anyone, but it just happened. The last night of my holiday was here. We went to the beach during the night and just laid in each other's arms, talking, hugging, and I felt we was trying to avoid the subject of what happens after I leave. Eventually, she started crying and saying that she did not want me to leave tomorrow. I felt really bad that she was crying because of me. All I could do was tell her how much I've enjoyed my time with her, how much I like her, and promise her that I will come back. She told me she really liked me and thought I was different from the other guys that visit Phuket. She explained that she had dated Farangs before, but all they wanted was some bedroom fun. She said that I was the first Farang she had dated that didn't want just fun. She made me promise I will not forget her and that I will come back. That night was the first night we actually spent together in my hotel. Nothing happened, we just held each other, and I think we was both hoping the night wouldn't end. The next day, we said our goodbyes to each other and I headed to the airport. I'm sure many of us guys have been in this position. The whole flight home, I was just overcome with emotion because of this beautiful girl I had met on holiday. I kept trying to think positive and accept that it would not work because long distance relationships really do. Once I got back home, I tried to keep myself busy with work and other activities, but I would just always find myself thinking of her and the memories of my holidays spent with her. I had fallen totally in love with this girl and couldn't stop thinking about her. Through texting each other, it is clear that we really like each other and miss each other. We video chat as much as we can, considering the time difference. Things can be difficult, but at least we both are trying. I've learnt a lot about her, such as her education, her family life, and how she actually feels about me. I am still waiting to go back and see her and see where our future goes. Hopefully, I'll be able to stay a bit longer next time. So yeah, I guess I'm sharing my story to show that love can strike even when you don't want it to. Would love to know if any of you guys have been in any similar situation as mine and have any advice about if something like this can work out, or is it me just wishful thinking? Thank you.